This video is about restricting your photographic choices, because when you restrict yourself, your creativity tends to level up. By allowing yourself less possibilities, your creativity tends to kick in, because you're in that situation where you can't do this, you can't do that, so we have to head down this road. Often in my life, the most creative images that I've produced have been in situations where things have gone wrong, or I've been restricted. I haven't had the gear that I wanted, or my gear hasn't been working properly, and that leads to a bit more of a creative mindset, because I have to jump in and change my idea of what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, so I tend to be more creative in that situation. Now, a good example of this came up recently. That's why I put this video together. I was doing a photo shoot, a class photo shoot. I was teaching a class at our local cemetery. I was expecting to go along with my normal zoom lens on my camera, but it was playing up. I didn't have it. The only lens I had to work with on the day was a 50mm. I don't work a lot with 50mm lenses because I shoot a lot of flash. Then my zoom lens is my friend. 50mm makes things a little bit more difficult for me. But I only had my 50mm. So I had to think about my framing. I had to think about my distance, my depth of field. All of those sort of things were different with this 50mm lens. And the results that I got, as you can see, as we go through this video, I'm going to be showing you these shots, all shot with a 50mm. It was a black and white class. I was teaching black and white photography, so the images are in black and white. But I was really impressed with the results that I got. The results that I got were probably up to par with anything I could shoot with my zoom lens, and maybe a little bit more creative, because I was looking for things that I wouldn't look at with my zoom. Zoom lenses can make you lazy. You just stand on the one spot, zoom in and out to change your composition and things like that. Zooming your lens doesn't equate to changing your perspective in the image. Walking in closer gives you a different result than zooming in closer. I'm not going to go into the technicalities of it, but you'll find that it does make a difference. I love shooting wide angle with my zoom. I couldn't do that with my 50mm. I'm shooting a model, so I need to be careful about the perspective with my model. I don't want to get in too close for headshots and things, because I know I'm going to distort her with that 50mm. I can't zoom in close with my zoom to get that really nice flat perspective. So the two ends of the spectrum were not available to me, but I had to cope with what I had. No, I'm not saying that I'm an amazing photographer who can work in these sort of situations. What I'm saying is you would do exactly the same. Your brain goes into a bit of a panic mode when you think that, well, I can't do this, I can't do that, I've got to do the job with what I've got. So if your lights fail, I sometimes have my flashes fail, and I love shooting with flash. My flashes fail, I've got to find another way to fix them. Some of my students call me MacGyver because of the rubber bands and the pieces of string and the things that I use to fix up my photographic equipment. All of that just comes from being restricted, having to create something that's going to get the job done. You people can do exactly the same. It's just a matter of putting yourself in those situations. So practice. Maybe go out and restrict yourself. Go out with your 50mm lens with nothing else. Go out and allow yourself 5 photographs for an afternoon. Only 5 presses of the shutter. That's restricting you to thinking about your image, thinking about your composition, your viewpoint, your exposure, all of those things. This is why a lot of photographers hire large format cameras, because it slows them down. It takes 20 minutes to take one shot, and it costs you $50. It slows you down. It makes you consider all the possibilities, and it tends to make you more creative. You could just shoot black and white. It does take a while to get your head into that black and white space. I've shot a lot of black and white over the years, and black and white is a different way of visualizing than color. You can teach yourself to do this by restricting yourself to just shooting black and white for an afternoon or a day or a week. You can go out, just shoot silhouettes for an evening. The silhouette gives you a compositional challenge because you've got the shape of your object there, but you haven't got the form, you haven't got the detail. So find a way to restrict yourself, get out there, try it, learn from it, be more creative. I'm sure you'll find it a great experience, and it will improve your photography.